Guys, congratulations on an epic season. It was really a lot of fun to watch. What were your overall reaction once you saw how the scripts were playing out, how the arcs were forming?
Yeah, I mean, a lot happens this season, right? Obviously, it's got those dramatic moments and it's got that emotional through line and the heartfelt moments. It has all that, which is a driving force of the show. But I actually felt this season was the funniest.
Everybody else could see Ben, right?
Yeah, and he's a complete dickhead.
They're all dickheads.
Dickheads who can fight.
Next person to say dickhead is getting a punch to the throat.
Dickhead.
Dickhead.
I really felt like there's so much fun to be had this season from everyone. You know, they all have their moments.
Yeah, it was nice. I felt like if we were any more relaxed with each other, we'd be in a coma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes when you're goofing around on set and doing these scenes, it just doesn't feel like work at all. And that's, but I actually think that's a really good thing when that happens because everyone just relaxes and it's great.
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, we get this Footloose dance number. That's really a lot of fun. What's it like rehearsing for that, performing that, and shooting it? Is that like a whole week of work?
Well, for me, rehearsal was just a technicality because once I won a line dancing competition. That's a true story. I won a line dancing competition when I was 12.
Do you?
And I won a cassette tape of some of the best of line dancing hits.
You lucky dog.
Yeah.
It's in your blood.
It's in my DNA, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was working for this show back when I was 12 years old, you know?
That would be very in keeping with the show.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Time loop. But it was good fun to all dance together, you know?
Yeah, we did weeks of rehearsal for that.
Something that everyone should do, I think.
Yeah.
Dancing together is really powerful because your personality dissolves for a while in a group. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Another really major moment in the beginning of the first few episodes is Viktor fully becoming himself.
Your team's good, but I don't think you're better than me. I ended the world twice, and you're just meat and spandex.
What was your perspective when you read these scripts, or saw how it was playing out or being involved in those scenes?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to happen before we read the scripts. So I suppose it was a thing of like, oh, okay, I wonder how they're going to do this. I think it was handled the way, brilliantly actually, and exactly as it should be. And it was handled quite quickly, really. But I think I think it's the immediate acceptance of the characters of Viktor that is so well done. And I think initially when I read it, I was like, oh, is that too quick? You know, do we not give enough? And then I was like, oh, actually, no, that's what it should be like. It should be complete acceptance off the bat because it's about someone dealing with what they want to be, not about the other characters and what they think it should be. So I think it was handled brilliantly, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost feel the love coming through in the screen. I don't know if maybe that's me sort of like Rorschaching what I was expecting when I watched it, but it definitely felt so warm in a really loving way. You guys did a really nice job with it, everyone.
Well, I think as well there was a crossover between us as actors for Elliot. You know, there is an inevitable crossover there.
Yeah.
So I think you do see an element of how we feel about it, you know, coming through the characters.
When we jumped here, we created a time paradox. Our little paradox brought forth a freaking Kugelblitz.
What the hell is a Kugelblitz?
Essentially, we're screwed.
By the end of the season, we're in a much different place than when we began the season, which typically happens with the show. But it appears that our group is now having reset the universe and powerless. What was your take on that? Where do we go into season 4?
Your guess is as good as ours, I think, there.
Yeah, I think Klaus is going to end up working in a nursing home.
That'd be great.
Like doing hospice, palliative care, you know, just helping people past the border from life to death.
Yeah.
I think
Be like, don't worry about it, I've been there, it's nice.
I think Luther will be working at Abercrombie and Fitch as a shirtless greeter.
Yeah, because he's so happy with his new torso.
Yeah, what was it like to go to work and not have to put on the suit?
Odd, light, very light.
Yeah, like something's wrong.
Yeah, it did. I felt like, and what's weird as well is that suit has become a part of Luther in terms of his personality. And when I put that suit on, I feel more Luther. So playing Luther without that felt like, this is weird. So yeah, that, I mean, you know, if season 4, you know, if we're in this same place, you know, and I don't have my body next season, that will be different for me to play for sure.
Tom, from a performance perspective, do you hope that Luther finds Sloane or doesn't find Sloane?
Ooh, good question. I mean, I don't want to go back to playing Grumpy Luther, you know. I don't think that's...
Deeply sad Luther.
Yeah, and deeply sad Luther. I think we can do something more interesting than that. But I do think if he hasn't found Sloane, it makes it slightly more interesting. I don't know whether the creators see Sloane in this next season. So I guess, yeah, I don't really know which one is better, really. Because we've kind of done the love story, so it's like whether he finds her and they are just together in this next season.
Yeah. And for you, Robert, I mean, Klaus just fully realized, well, possibly, potentially realized his full ability this season. What do you think his headspace is now, having it gone away in just a heartbeat?
It's very Buddhist, isn't it? Like you create the sand artwork, and as soon as it's finished, just whoosh, just blow it all away. I suppose, you know, then normalcy becomes utterly foreign and exotic for us all. Our own sense of being becomes abnormal and exotic. So there's loads and loads of fun you can have with that. You know, I talking to Steve Blackman, one of the key words in the writer's room is subversion. You know, what can we take that is a rule in the show that's presumed to be there as always, and just completely flip it on its head. And so I was hoping at some point in the show that we would be powerless. And this series was very there was lots of power stuff in this series. And it was very big visually in that sense. There's lots of characters all doing their powers together in groups, you know, and cooperating through doing their powers and stuff. So now if we go into season 4 and there are no powers, it's a whole new challenge for the writing of the show, I think. And I try to think about it not at all, so I can be completely pleasantly surprised when the scripts and the story arrives and they tell me, and I go, oh yeah, nice, that's clever, yeah.
And it's never what we think it's going to be.
Yeah,
it always sort of surprises us.
So, so it could be as, you know, Klaus at the DMV or, you know, I just pick a normal boring situation and it becomes exotic and strange.
Not coming back from the dead, just rubber stamping. Next.
Yeah.